practically, in terms of our engagement team, we know, for example, with the most recent annual plan consultation period, that the submissions have gone up by 60%.
Wow.
So that's a game changer.
When you think about all the reports that council puts out for the community, for your citizens, how important is it for the council that people have good understanding and comprehension of what you're trying to communicate in those reports?
Well, I think it's hugely important because everything the council does is for the community, and everything the council does is paid for by the community. So it's arguably the most important thing we need to do is to make the data about how we spend money and the projects that we do, where we're focusing on, is makes sense to our community and to as much of the community as possible.
What kind of challenges do you come across in being able to achieve that?
Everyone has, a lot of different needs in our community, but a lot of people are time poor. And there may be something of great interest to them in their, let's say, their neighbourhood that they want to understand really quickly or get to quickly. And I suppose the challenge with when you have a document of 200 pages covering, $800 million of spend per year, it could be quite hard to find footpath renewal line item. So, or, a local service centre. So I think people want to find the information they're interested in quickly and to understand it easily as well.
How important is it for you inside of council to be able to communicate that improvement and engagement? What does it mean to the overall team?
Well, it makes a huge difference. Not just our city, but cities throughout New Zealand are struggling with people engaging with democratic processes, our LTP and annual plan. So we know that we need to make a change. So for our staff and elected members, it's really important that they understand what's happening with finances, because the elected members, the representatives of our community, and some of them are very interested, I suppose, in the micro view, maybe one project that's happening, and others will be interested more in that global view. So to have something that people can jump from, let's say, a big project like Te Kaha to a footpath renewal project in Apawa is essential. And so you can easily go in and see what has been spent in that area.
So it's about that participation.
Absolutely. And I think we like to talk about active citizenship, where it's a two-way conversation. It's not just one way. And this is one of the ways that we think we're making it more of an active relationship and a two-way dialogue. And that's really important for us.
What makes this different, or how has it helped Christchurch City Council to show financial information in a whole series of bubbles?
Well, I suppose traditionally when you present data in thousands of lines of really complex view, that's not a very accessible way for our community to engage with it. A lot of people will struggle with that right across the board. The bubbles, I find, gives us a level of accessibility and transparency that we haven't achieved to date. So anyone from a 3-year-old to an 83-year-old can tap on the bubble and see what the bubble relates to, and then you can deep dive into a particular project of interest, and you can just play with it and kind of go from the different categories of spend and the different projects, search for what's interesting to you. So to me, it's a personalised, accessible way to interact with very complex data without having to understand the complexity behind it.
Is there a pothole bubble?
I'm not sure. It does look like a pothole though, doesn't it?